All right, guys, well, you'll be delighted to know that the bacon is in the air fryer for my lunch. That's right. So while that's cooking away, I just thought I'd have a quick natter with you. There was something I saw in the Spanish daily, football daily, AS today, which I wanted to show you. It just made me chuckle a little bit when I was in the cafe. I didn't have any breakfast today, I'm just saying. Only coffee, okay? And basically, they've got this list here of Europe's top clubs and not so top clubs. And because Manchester United are in there. And basically, it's showing you the ins and outs of all, you know, like the major clubs and that. And if you look, there's one section that's, which way is it? It's hard to do it when you've got the wrong way around. Like there, look, there's Liverpool signings. Look at all, look at all the others. Look. Right down. Every fucking club. Every club. In fact, Sporting under Ruben Amorim, looks like they've done the least activity, but two signings there so far. Obviously, Liverpool technically have signed Milli Vanilli, haven't they, from Valencia? Although some people are arguing that it's not the present, you know, signing, like, you know what I mean? But anyway, I just thought it was a bit of a chuckle because you look at some of these, you look at Villa, stacks of players, Inter Milan, stacks of players. So you look at like the European giants in here, and they've like strengthened so much. Although Manchester City only got two, however, you would argue that you know, they've got an exceptional squad. As Rafa would say, yeah, as Rafa would say, yeah, for sure. So yeah, they do this all the time. I see this table all the time, and Liverpool's just not got anyone on there yet. But will it stay that way, guys? Will it stay that way? I suspect that we will sign Chiesa. I think that will happen. You know, the Spanish media can rattle on as much as they want. Even the Italian media are saying that he favours Barcelona. But, you know, unless Barcelona get this night deal, which I just don't see it happening. Even if they get the night deal tomorrow or something, Liverpool won't hang around. So we know Liverpool are trying to make it happen. They're trying to negotiate a fee. Personal terms won't be a problem. A medical, on the other hand, that could be a bit squeaky bum, but I'm sure it will be all right. Fingers crossed on that. But I do think that we will sign him. I do, guys. Like I've said from the off, you know, the longer it goes on, the more likely he is to come to Liverpool, I think. And I think you'd agree with me with that because of the situation at Barcelona. So I think we'll get him. Before the transfer window opened and throughout the summer, I've always thought that we would sign 3 players. You know, people used to say, what do you think, Doug? And I just think, I'd probably get about 3 players in. I still think that is possible. You know, if Joe Gomez leaves, you know, there is an emphasis, a need, if you like, for this centre-back. I would argue there's an emphasis and a need for that centre-back anyway. And I can see us maybe doing a late move, you know, at the end of the window. You know, maybe even for Anthony Gordon. I don't know. This is just hunches. Well, it's not even a hunch. It's just like, you know, I don't know. You know, I just like you don't know. But we're allowed to discuss things and share our opinions. That's the whole point of this community, for sure. For sure, as Rafa would say, Rafa, for sure. So yeah, I mean, even if we don't go in for Anthony Gordon, I suspect we will go in for someone. But I think Anthony Gordon will get revisited next year. I just get a cheeky feeling with that. Luis Diaz didn't get his move to Barcelona. If they got the night money before the end of the week, maybe. But there's been no mention of that in any of the Spanish football dailies for a couple of weeks now. Even the Catalan publication Sport, which is, you know, obviously the main one for Barca. I think it was about 2 weeks ago they did the double spread. Or if you remember, do you remember? I think it was page 2, 3 or something about Luis Diaz and how much they would like to sign him. So yeah, basically this is an opportunity for you to tell me what you think will happen. I do see further stuff happening, guys. I really do, and I think my opinion is because I think I've formed that opinion because this summer has been exceptionally strange for me in the 26 summers that I've been doing KopTalk. And what I mean by that is we sniffed around a lot of players earlier in the window. And when I say sniffed around, I mean credible claims, credible information, not, you know, some numpty on social media or some journalist, has-been journalist trying to stay relevant. You know, we know that we've seen credible chatter, especially earlier in the window with certain players, you know, but those links or that chatter just disappeared. Came back once with Inacio, that came back with Edison, we were right in there, then that disappeared. You know, you've got Joe Gomez, you know, his preferences, in my opinion, would be to go to Crystal Palace. You know, if you're involved in any kind of business transaction, you know, like if you're, you know, selling something and, you know, someone might have something that you might be interested in, just as a matter of interest, what would you want for that? Right? Those kind of conversations must be happening with Crystal Palace guys because, you know, they want Joe Gomez, apparently. And, you know, you would be saying to Palace, wouldn't you? Just as a matter of interest. Do you know what I mean? So there'll be things like that happening. I've always maintained this opinion during the summer that Liverpool will have a couple of options, what I call stacked, where they know exactly what it'll cost to push them through. Aït-Nouri is another one. At Wolves, for example, the left back of the Chesterfield agency, if my memory serves me right, you know, there was talks about them. Do you remember the on-site visit to the AXA and stuff like that? So we know those conversations took place, and nothing happened with that. That went quiet. Maybe because Tsimikas is still with us, who knows? But the conversations were held, and I think Liverpool have a wealth of knowledge over what different things would take to happen, and as to how confident they would be of pulling that off. Which is why I think today is an important day for Liverpool on that front. I really do. I think some key decisions will be made today. The other thing I would say as well is, you know, obviously Richard Hughes said earlier in the window, you know, opportunistic signings, which not many people like the sound of, and that things could happen in August. That was 31 days in August, you know, it could happen in the first week of August. I've always thought, and you know, that I thought we might do stuff late in the window rather than early in the window. And one of the reasons, you know, one of the reasons that I came to that was I thought that if they were going to do something bold, that they might do it towards the end of the window. But when you do something bold towards the end of the window, you're risking, you know, that club's got to find a replacement maybe, or, you know, you can't be desperate, that is for sure, but you might be able to push something at the end of the window. The thing with Anthony Gordon was the manager said there, didn't he? We didn't want to sell players, we wanted to hold on to our best players, but we still have to, you know, while the pressure is not on now financially, we still have to trade players in the next window, is what they said. So that's something you might want to consider for Anthony Gordon in the future next year, if nothing materialises at the death of the window. But let's just argue, you know, let's just consider that maybe Liverpool are looking at doing something significant towards the end of the window. That could be a sizable chunk of the infamous transfer kitty. And when they're more clear about that, whether something's going to happen or not, that is when I think at the end of the window you go, right, we've got this left over that we can play with. Maybe we put in a bid for Aït-Nouri. Maybe we put a bid in for Inacio. Do you know what I mean? Something like that. So I've always thought Liverpool might focus on something bold towards the end of the window. And if they know that's happening one way or the other, they can then finish off adding, if that makes sense, or certainly considering adding. But you can't do it the other way around, really. You can't add a couple of players and then go, well, now we haven't got enough money for the bold attempt. You know what I mean? So I'm not sure if I'm making any sense. But Chiesa, I see him coming to Liverpool. So I think Barcelona, I don't see how they're going to be able to do it, to be honest with you. And even if, he really did want Barca, stuff like that doesn't bother me. So yeah, that's it. I see that happening. Obviously, we've got Milli Vanilli in. But I don't think it's going to stop there, guys. So, I hope we have an interesting week. And I'm sure, like me, you enjoy a bit of the transfer window. It's a stressful thing. The mood changes very quickly. Get someone in and the people, they're going to be happy. So the mood will change, hopefully. If not, we'll have the drama of all that. Deadline day will be a nightmare on here. I'll be live from 6 in the morning. I'm considering going live throughout the day tomorrow from around midday, maybe. And obviously, we're going to be live this afternoon at 2 o'clock and 7 o'clock this evening. All right, so I just wanted to give you my little thought on it while my bacon's in the air fryer. All right, okay, I'm done. Right, I'm going to go and get my nose bag, and I'll be back with you. If anything significant changes with Chiesa, I will, of course, let you know straight away. So there's more here from Fabrizio Romano. Again, Liverpool and Federico Chiesa, personal terms almost agreed and green light from the player. It's only Liverpool from Monday as revealed. Basically, he's just churning more and more stuff out. But again, it's only Liverpool because Barcelona can't do anything. Yeah. And I do think that, Fabrizio on this with the Italian connection and the agent involved in this, he's gonna be being fed these kind of things. So yeah, I think it looks extremely likely that we get him because Barca can't do anything. So I suppose that's positive. Some of you will like that. Was there something else? No. Okay, so I'll leave you with it, guys. Keep the faith. I know the Mamardashvili thing, the Milli Vanilli thing probably doesn't excite too many people because you're not going to see the benefits of that straight away. If you sign Chiesa, okay, which I think will happen, yeah, it's a good bit of business and all that, but it'd be a very underwhelming transfer window for me if that's all that happens. So I suspect that we might see Liverpool try and do additional business. I've been saying that throughout the summer while the journals have been telling you that nothing will probably happen. Okay, I'm just reading notifications. So it's going to be manic. So anyway, hope you're enjoying yourself. Hope you're enjoying today. Let's hope this this ends positively for us because the transfer window can be fun. My revenue shoots up during the transfer window, so obviously that's good for me. And then you're back to reality again. It'll plummet off. People, you're only going to get the loyal diehards that stick with me through winter and shit like that. But at least then we can focus on the football again. Do you know what I mean? It can get a bit repetitive and a bit stressful and shit like that. But that's what we're here for, right? That's what we're here for. It's part of the game. We love the game. So yeah. All right. Oh, I can smell bacon. Very rough. Okay, if you appreciate the video, please thumbs up the video. If you want to drop me a comment, please do. And if you want to buy me a beer or coffee, hit the super thanks button and give you a shout out on tomorrow morning's briefing. There are other ways of supporting the channel in the video description, but in the video description you can also follow me on social media. You can be my Facebook friend, Dunk, D-U-N-K, O-L-D-H-A-M. My other YouTube channel's in the video description. My Instagram, my X, @Duncan There's a chat room in the video description. There's a newsletter which will be coming back in the first week of September. Now we've got more time. The KopTalk podcast is coming back on Monday. Get in there. We've got plenty to look forward to. There's loads of information in the video description if you want to support me. And by support me, I mean by jumping on the newsletter, by jumping on the social media, by jumping in the chat room. The chat room right now, hundreds of Liverpool fans in there that you're seeing commenting underneath my videos. All right, guys, keep the faith and we'll speak real soon.